can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss you, we eat the your little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste a must a man to start you. Say me like a cash, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, girl, and say that it's not you. On the head, the man above end up, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a pat too. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, them rap and they down in our fever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Good evening, my people. I am awkward. Sorry about this morning. Me not have connect up all of my devices them yet. But good evening and welcome to the Global Television Group. It is your Drive Time London, and welcome to the state of education in our nation. My blood around coal, Jamaica. The videos that are coming out of our country, they look I get worse and worser. Them I get violent and violenter. It's either education at the point of the gun, or we must prepare to build more prisons for them and prepare more cemetery spaces. What is unfolding, the direction it is going. Good evening and welcome. Remember what me do. How do? I've been on the road all morning. I literally got home less than an hour ago. They all have to set me live and everything. While me up on road, my system is a bit slow and playing up a bit. But bear with me and welcome to our West Midlands studio this evening. Thank you all for being here. Just let me get into the comment area. Things are a bit slow on my side, so you have to bear with me. Please also let me know in the comment if the audio and the signal is okay. Are you getting any glitches? Is there any buffering? Please let me know. Good evening to my community of parity and all my family members. Good evening to all my moderators and platform membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters. Good evening and welcome. Good evening. Let me People, I'm so slow here. I am Roger Forbes. Well, go on, bro. For those of you who, if you're new to global television, I am Roger Forbes is my younger brother. He does the workouts and all of that. If you really want to do some muscle building and all of that, his platform shows you the different techniques to build different muscle, to have that Gulliver Travels giant look, if you so choose. Beat and Teach, Wagwan, Wagwan. Cheryl Cummins, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. You should all know me by now. When I'm not in London, I'm always behind the camera. Me and people host, so I like to stay behind the camera. Sunshine, how are you? Good evening and welcome. Natalia Freeman, good evening. Anthony R., good evening. Yvonne Johnson, good evening. Good evening. Annie Smith, good evening. Dion Johnson, good evening. Marcia Thomas, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. JP, good evening and welcome. Georgia Dennis, good evening and welcome. Annie Jones. Sade Uban Iris, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Shauna Smith, good evening. Good evening. Pamela McNeil. Good evening. Good evening. Denise Hall. Faye White. Good evening and welcome. Abina Sarkodi. Good evening and welcome. Gloria Morris. Verna Adams. JamaicanTV.com. Paula Shelley. Angela 48349, Violet Watson. Good evening, good evening. Who else is here? Just bear with me. Yes, good evening. Thank you all for joining us. I don't know if any of you was over by Carlos just now, but these images I really will not bring to my screen. They look appalling, horrific, graphic, violent, even in the presence of the police, which is one of the things that I'm asking and has been asking the Commissioner of Police to do. These school, Ladybug, good evening, Cynthia B. These schools that are problematic, Blue Wave, they're on daily, Miranda Ruddock. High police presence, Dorothy Elliott's, the Brittany L. High police presence is required, immediate and urgent intervention is required in our education system. Carlos Wagwan, you just done? Carlos may have shown you a few of the clips earlier because of something what we can't show in full because it involves children. It is graphics, weapon is involved. It just looks nasty. I mean, the brawls that we're seeing at school, on way from school, they are getting more violent. They are becoming more graphic, Keith Salmon. Urgent, immediate intervention, Denise Hall, is required in our schools right across the country, but especially in the corporate area and in our second city. Hell, literally, a break loose in our education system. There was a young lady in a video, a young lady, it looks like them have some phone altercation or whatever. But the one in the blue and white uniform, before that happened, one of the video there was another blue and white uniform and green and white uniform. They had a brawl where you don't know who literally is fighting who. A brawl. You literally, in that first fight, you never know Michelle Lewis Wilson. You never know who was fighting who. The one though that made my blood run cold, that's me have to stop watch the video and send it go get Carlos and say, no, see if you can deal with this. Is the one that involved the weapon. This young girl, Badisha, make me call her Badisha. Badisha did they turn up and spread out like ghetto girl. So when a taxi look like ghetto-isha, call a taxi, figure meet real sweet, how you do? Ghetto-isha call a taxi, figure meet Badisha. When Badisha turn up in the taxi where drop off Badisha, no, ghetto-isha rather. Ghetto-isha the one when have a uniform. So ghetto-isha come in a one taxi, she never have on no uniform. While ghetto-isha taxi was pulling up, Badisha walk up like a bad girl to ghetto-isha taxi. Ghetto-isha she now unveil from the taxi with a kitchen bitch. Ghetto-isha reel out from the taxi with a kitchen bitch. Longer than Anasi hand. Badisha as well had her knife, but it was a shorter knife in her pocket. But ghetto-isha knife can't hold in a pocket. Ghetto-isha knife a small machete. Hey, judgment. Judgment is breaking out in our schools. And if judgment a break ranks cross with country so. And the school which is the next generation coming, a brockway, wassa, and ho, it a going out a road there. So imagine us 10 to 20 years from now. You would rather be living under a rock to avoid the bloodbath that our nation is heading to. Wassara, this is minuscule to what's to come if serious, immediate, medium, and long-term intervention is not deployed in our school as a matter of national emergency. So then when ghetto-isha roll up and scave out with a kitchen bitch and start go and get up, Badisha now just big up him chest. You know that granny will dance and I pull off the hoop a week them. It's like ghetto, it's like Badisha just lift up fair chest, put up so and go up in front of Badisha, and Badisha have fair knife in her and a wave. Ghetto-isha have fair knife in her and a wave ready for stab. So Badisha beg her for stab. Lord Jesus Christ have mercy. Those of you see the picture. Those of you see when me a try to explain. It was horrific. It looked like when you did it were related to Badisha. Because halfway through the renegade, Sue McDuffie, freedom. Halfway through the renegade, Maxine Cummins, Janet Riley. Me see one little boy fly through the crowd, so vroom, and land straight in a ghetto-isha tumuk. and ghetto Isha spread out adult so. And then he run in and he kick ghetto Isha again. But ghetto Isha still maintain panar knife. Ghetto Isha also running. I think somebody get a stab. I think Badi Isha get some stab or cut pan her foot or whatever. It was riotous. But there was a little other mini in between, whereby then police turn up. When the first fight when we are telling about with the group where you don't know who a fight who. There's a little in the middle clip whereby then police officer turn up. Police officer take one off who was in the brawl, was in the police car. And within that video as well, there was another daring Nisha. Because you know when you say you're daring. Daring Nisha, all when the police put the other one in the car, daring Nisha lick the one in the police car. Serious. Susan McDuffie. Serious and urgent intervention is required. The blading, the prodding and poking with weapons across our education system is not normal, Yvonne Riley. It is worrying. It is frightening. It is troubling for the future. Trust me, people. It's not nice. That direction for our country cannot be nice. If outer road tanso, if we quiet, peaceful, could have left with door and windows open community tanso, and the schools who have the next generation is wielding knives, then pick me and afraid. Jesus, then pick me, my family didn't want to lie me, I tell you. Me fool when it come to knife. If me see somebody draw knife like that, we run and ball and gone. The picnic them just in a one another face, up dare one another to stab one another. It is frightening. Me don't know about no. If we do not educate our children at the point of a gun until we can get control of this system, more of our children are going to die in the education system. It can't continue like this. And it's time, I spoke about this the other day, a safeguarding, an urgent safeguarding team need to be put in place. Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Justice, not Ministry of Justice, sorry. Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, Ministry of National Security, Child Protection Services. These people need to come together and form a crisis team. Safeguard us from all these different institutions that has anything to do with children, that provide any service to children or young adults, must form a crisis team. This crisis team needs to be there on hand to intervene in our troubled school at all levels, not just at the violent level. From the point of intervention, de-escalation, and communication, there's a lack of communication in our system, where conflict resolution, the whole of them something, a crisis team. A crisis team is needed to address this issue across the country, especially in our two major cities. We have already a low crime across the country. to break down Dolores' slogan. We cannot allow our schools to create the future criminals and barbarians to torment and terrorize society. Because if we do not get control, Debbie Jervis, if we do not get a grip of what is going on, our education system will be creating the next fleet of criminals. And the terrorism in our society will only get worse. Jamaica, you, the parent, you, the community, you, the community groups, you, the civil society groups, the village still is responsible for the care of the child. When we there grew up, we couldn't walk sideways on road because just about any adults was set with straight. Them something they gone through window. Brrr. Something where them picnic nowadays, picnic we keep up in front of police. We big people here will grow up and through the wrath of police. We now run them risks there. This is not a problem for the government only. If we think it's a government problem, my God, prepare for it to get only worse. This is a problem for the family, the community, us, the people. If we don't intervene, if we don't put it back in line, if we don't implement back certain discipline and seniority in society, John Brown, it only will get worse, people. You see how them come one after the other, so? If you watch the video with Ghetto Girl and Badisha, Vivian Hamilton, if you watch the video with Ghetto Girl and Badisha, they didn't learn them behavior in school. And so we often say big woman fight in a community. And so we often say woman in our community fight over man. And so we often say two family in our community go back to back over it for years and it end up at school and pan road most of the time. And we created Jamaica and we have a duty to fix it. So the family them have to start do them job at home. The community need to start do their job. The churches need to start do their jobs. The government need to invest and put back community center in a certain community. We can build back certain community cohesion. But if we sit down and look on the government, so and the government sit down and look on we so, do you think we're going to get anywhere too far to solve this problem? You see the outrage, Jamaica, backwards Jamaica, let me talk about now. Let me talk about now. Backwards Jamaica. Have the wrong priority, Jamaica. Care about the pecking chain, the man who feed me, Jamaica, the man who make me name food, Jamaica, And that on a sell out on a picnic them final. Shackleton Williams. And that on a sell out on a picnic them for. So on a bundle Spanish stone for termite, chichi, and ticks. Termite, chichi, and ticks. Sharon Paul. On a willing for bundle the whole place. Oh, nobody not see when picnic dead. Oh, nobody not see when innocent people get shot. Oh, nobody not see when the granny them get them throat slash and been raped in a them house. Oh, nobody not see when the pensioner them get murdered. Oh, nobody not see when the young girl them get kidnapped and get murdered. I'm not gonna bad man invested so. I just a little food or a fear. I'll say. Food or fear. Can't have an argument. And them man they make when you have food, you know. Them man they will run food. Everything gonna sell out for food. Everything gonna sell out for food. Pat gut, Jamaica. Hand to mouth, Jamaica. Belly full today and consider about tomorrow, Jamaica. Get it together. Nothing now go on for we again. The source of good name where we walk around the country and talk about, nothing don't go so. It is madness for us to continue to expect corrupt criminals and thieves to do any better than they're doing. Tell me if we don't mad. Hold up on the hand if we don't mad. If anyone will expect government to fix it, hold up with hand if we not mad. Because you go expect thief to do better than thieving. You will be expecting liar to do better than lying. You will expect murderer to do otherwise than murdering, especially when them not know anything otherwise. Good evening, Gillette Cockburn Flynn. Another Gillette. Another has joined the circus. Let me see if I find it. Another have joined the circus of trying to be fool of the army, liar the army. Blah, black sheep fool. Me tell you the same thing where Cocker Spaniel. Another degree them I use and tell what they see there because they have a way to say because we have degree they believe everything what we say because we're bright. They believe everything. Juliet Cockburn Flynn wrote on her X or whatever. Juliet Holness vindicated! Exclamation mark. Attorney General opinion supports stance taken by Speaker of the House. Who else want to enter the Hall of Fame of dunceness? There may be a few more space left, but what we will certainly do is invite people from the People's National Party. We will also invite independent Jamaica. Do you want to come into this competition? We have a lot of Labour Party membership over there already. We do have a few space, but if you want to enter the competition, you really have to get in fast because the Labour them are full up over. I'm like, them just have take up this space, so whether they are being referred or they apply or them just qualify naturally. But anybody else want a space? Because even if Juliet Cockburn Flynn read and misunderstood the Attorney General's opinion. I'm sure it was explained quite well of a breakdown in a Gleaner article, where she could have read the Gleaner article and understand. Miss Flynn is also, I think, a minister, a junior minister in the Ministry of Education. Am I correct in that, Beat and Teach? If she is so confused, what Miss Flynn could do is ask the legal counsel in the Department of Education to explain the legality to the Attorney General's opinion, or their legal understanding of the Attorney General's opinion. Rather, Juliet Cockburn Finn came out and tell you, when everybody else saw and knows that the Attorney General opinion was inconsistent with Juliet Holness's ruling. The Attorney General says the usual way of tabling report immediately when they come, when they're submitted to the House from the Auditor General Office and the Integrity Commission is not consistent with the standing order. It is not inconsistent with the Constitution. It is not consistent with any of the legislation that Juliet Holness is quoting or relying on. Lady, go on back, go run. And there's something that you're good at. Go on back, go run. I mean, I don't know why they never put you to work with Babsy. Why they put you over education? And over Babsy, they shouldn't put you. That's why you say that these people don't understand political positioning. Them don't understand political positioning. Because over Babsy, she shouldn't be over Babsy. And people like Carencia Morrison should be over the assistant favor. People who are educators, people who understand the education system, understand what is required and what is needed in the education system. Your horse pan track, go back pan the track, over Babsy. And if you are reshuffle cabinet and you still use fair Andrew Holness, she's more suitable over Babsy. Promote Carencia Morrison to junior minister in Ministry of Education. Why you think of them cross to something there? Them dunce they alone where you have on the front bench. Why you think they are the only people who have talent to do government administration? Has Juliet not proven it wrong? Has Paula not proven us wrong? So that means if you try some young people and give some fresh ideas. Everything in a Jamaica mash up, you know. Everywhere where the hell catch fire in Jamaica, you know. But me I telling the people, I've never been so worried or frightened about our education system. Long time it have gone in there, but of recent, me I tell you that area, Darth White, it turn up. It turn up. The violence turn up. And we have to stem the flow of this violence in our school. It has gotten out of the control of teachers now when it comes to at school, Carleen Jones. With the with the intervention required at home and in the community. At school, a task force, an armed task force, because them people ain't afraid of unarmed police, believe it or not. Them don't afraid of unarmed police. An armed task force is required in the corporate area between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. in the evening when school is breaking up. Heavily policing needs to be in these school community. We not talk about no one police, heavy policing. You have to apply immediate deterrent. The short-term measures here, Minister of National Security and Education, Maureen Blasso. We have to have an immediate intervention of heavy policing within our troubled school areas. While we're doing that, we're looking at the medium term and the long-term measures to be implemented across our education system. If we do not get it in grip now, and this is not just about the police and the government and the Ministry of Education, parents across the country, families across the country, communities across the country, you're the ones that will be going to these children's funeral. You're the ones that will be speaking to or assisting these mothers who've got children and murder charge and trial. We can't continue so. We can't continue so. We're heading to anarchy, Jamaica. The mindset of these children we are seeing now. If we don't treat this problem as a national emergency, the blade they're wielding will be guns in 5 years, or maybe even 2. The blade our children are wielding on school campus and on their way from school it will be guns in the next 2 to 5 years. That's not far away. Anarchy in the direction we're going currently, across the country in general, in our education system, which is the future generation. The direction would be a forecast for anarchy. The focus would be terrorism throughout our society. We cannot let this continue. This is not just a police or a government issue. Children has fallen out of line in the homes and in the communities. And you in the homes and in the communities have a bigger role to play than government. Yes, government have them for about 8 hours a day. But when they go there, them not represent government, them represent you. And when we see those behavior, we can only link it back to the home or the community. Colin Richards. We can only trace the behavior we're seeing back to homes. Oh, I sneeze, hold on. Murder. Sorry, man, was a burn me. Jollop Entertainment, well gone. Those behaviors, people, we can only trace back to the home or the community. The intervention that is needed with our children across the country, it's not required from the government only, it's required from the home and the community. It is required from the home and from the community. It is the home and the community who has taken their eye off the ball. Why our children is so willing and ready to challenge authority. Why they are so brutal and cold-heartless, with two picnic front to front with knife at dare each other, to stab each other. It reached to a point, Aliyah, it reached to a point, Ahayalite, yes. They are not afraid of death. They are not afraid of serious injury. If you see the video, you would think there is something demonic happening there. Me would have run like thief. You would have to fast like me if you catch me. Me say you pull out a kitchen bitch. Me say you have to fast like me if you catch me. And good fast. I mean, I talk about no play fast. Kitchen bitch. And body shall just fling up her stomach. Like a granny with the open wig them. Body shall just fling up her stomach in the ear. While she hold on pan her knife in her pocket. It was a demonic affair. Blood, Jesus. I think people who, I hope you see the video. Me say, I hope you see the video, and if you no blood don't run cold, none of no parents. All if you no parents, and you're human, your blood have to run cold. When you see the murder that could have taken place amidst the others that we've been grappling with. When we see this evening, don't normal. And the cheering, the jeering, the entertainment of death, the entertainment of blood and gore. Tell me if it's not something demonic. Don't be half dead there wait palm blood for drink. I wonder if this is fueling the black market organ harvesting black market. Something don't normal in a way, me see. Maybe my brain see it in a total different, frightening, shocking, alarming, very worrying, very concerning way. Maybe me just timid and shaky and jelly beanish. Maybe me's just a soft soap and a jelly bean. But me I tell you more than run and make whole heap of noise. Watch me foot bottom going down the road. But Badisha stand up in front of Ghettoisha with her sharp knife and her and Badisha with her and Ghettoisha with her kitchen bitch. Kitchen bitch, me say no. Me not talk about no little so knife. Knife where you use cut through meat bone. Knife which if used will pierce many organs in one push. Jesus Christ. It was just like you wouldn't think it's acting. Because all if I act me I want somebody to act. Me now go so close to a knife in a nobody hand. If you come in at my house, make me want to use knife in there. Me want to use knife in my house. At no point I am comfortable around anybody who has knife in them hand. As long as enough in my hand, it in me have problem they near you. That's why I go people yard. Me don't know who mad like me or who go jump out a character or use one of them 10 character at any point when them ready. Trust me, people. This need fixing by all of we. I know your picnic have to get stabbed for you feel the pain of a mother losing a child to a brutal slaying. A lot of us would have been down that road before of losing a family violently or a friend or somebody in our community where we know closely violently. As something we whole heap we can relate to and as something we whole heap we should want to prevent from escalating further. It's not normal. Demons out there. Demons out there. Blood drinking demons. I run riot. Run with picnic them. Them Obia walking church here. Will open portal and have you continue feed them demons with blood. Unleash spiritual terrorism in our country. Yes, we know it's a discipline breakdown in a society. Something unnatural is happening in Jamaica. We're not fool. Them behavior, yeah, though normal across the country. Heavy witchcraft is being used on the people of Jamaica by churches and politicians. Kamar Johnson. Uno may think that we're not fool. Or uno may think that just because we're mad and them something there. Them something are normal people. With church and with government them and mess we up. They are using unnatural powers against us. They are using dark powers against us, my people. We have to wake up to the reality of the demonic structure that we're placed in. Them something are don't normal. Demons unleash and we pick them. When we see them this evening, when we see this evening, and a normal something. It is not normal for a child to stand there wanting to be stabbed. Oh God Almighty. It's shocking. It is frightening. Them something and something will traumatize me just by seeing somebody aiming to stab or chop somebody. Them something that just traumatize me big time. But with children, them just have it for fun. It's a theater. In my view, sometimes when you watch these brawls, which are getting more and more, the girls seem to be becoming worse than the boys when it comes to brawl. Because when the girls are fighting, sometimes you really don't know who a fight who. It's just like a bungle up, or one little bungle there so, two there so, three there. Oh my God. Parents, you have to take back control of your homes. Parents, you have to make sure you're not hungry when you pick me in front of you. Kate M. And not only when you pick me in front of you, them have manners, respect, and public decorum. Elaine Turner, how you do? The crisis needs serious intervention. This is not something government have their part to play, but the family and the community have the ultimate duty here to intervene. If you have to have parent group, well, this evening at these set of parents, if we can't get the government to do it, at this set of parent, go police the street when school over. Jackie Graham. Mothers and fathers across the community, across the troubled school community. The fear of you losing your child should let you want to do something. Here is my idea for solution. At least a short-term intervention until we get government to do something more meaningful. Parents of that school community, if it's a troubled school, if your child is at risk there, every parent should want to be a part of a community intervention task force. Rosemary Samuels. And within that task force, somebody, someone must can alternately go police the streets in the evening. We have to put agency driver 5. Wagwan. But they don't something there today. Let me just break away. I've been on the road much today, but I went to an area called Perry Bar. Those of you in Birmingham is aware of Perry Bar. And I found a Jamaica restaurant, which I'm aware of for the first time. It's called the Blue Marlin, I think, the Blue Marlin. Their food is all right. I would recommend if you're in the Perry Bar area of Birmingham and you're looking for Caribbean food. The Blue Merlin, I would recommend their food. It's the first time I had food there. And they have a little sitting where you can sit in and have a little soup or whatever you choose. But I would recommend the Blue Merlin, I think it's called, in Perry Bar in Birmingham. Norman Ferguson, Monica Hawthorne, Wagwan. So this is my advice to Jamaican parents across the school communities, where all the problem and violence is unfolding in the education system, particularly down at Warner. The schools that were having the brawls and the stabbings and all of that. If you are in fear of losing it, because we're going on, everybody feel fear of them children when them left home a morning time, because you don't know who ought to have a kitchen bitch in a them bag. You don't know who has a weapon on them. That's the status of the status of our education system. So it should make parents who have children at that school form an intervention task force to go and patrol school road from 2 to 5 in the evenings. We can't leave this to the police then, and we can't leave it unchallenged unless we prepare for bury more of them, unless we prepare to put more of them on trial and put them in prison. Then if we're not prepared to that, we have to implement measures. Look here, people. One thing called self-determination. What means say? You know, if you sit down and wait upon government, you know, if you sit down and wait upon nobody, no family, no, you get up and do it on your own. Self-determination. Loris Beckford. We have to get back into that mindset of self-determination, where we stop sit down and a beg thieving, wicked, liar, corrupt, criminal, murderous government to come do the good things them feeling. Self-determination. There is nothing stopping parents from forming a task force in Irvine School down yonder there, so. And whichever parents are available in the evening, we no go patrol school road. If we don't have a car button, if you broke them hand when you don't see them draw knife, break it. The law in any country allow you to shoot down a person who pull a knife at you in self-defense. But Blue Marley, I think it's Blue. The name I saw agency was Blue Marlin. You call it Blue Marley. Okay, but however, them food, I would recommend their food. I would recommend their food. As with all Jamaican businesses, service are slow. You have to wait a bit, but the food is all right where you won't regret the wait. So I would recommend the Blue Marley, whether it's the Blue Marley or the Blue Marlin, I would recommend them. But parents, community, school community, the law permits you. Your natural laws, your natural rights. You said agent to driver 5. You live there when you want yam. No, I first met eat there. I would recommend them. I would recommend them. I enjoy their food today. I enjoy their food today. So far, I would say their food is the best Caribbean food I've had ever since I've been eating at various different Caribbean restaurants in Birmingham. I would really recommend them. One time we did go one Caribbean restaurant at Wolverhampton as well. I can't remember the name. Their food was also good. But me also go send them video where me I talk about. Me send them while me I talk to head teacher K, because I'm sure head teacher K will want to address these as well. She probably have the video them already, but me I telling the people, it's frightening and it's something where we can play in a public. They are too graphics. They are too graphic. They are too disturbing. Weapon. They are children. Oh my God. It's just disturbing. But people, me gonna come back on tonight because, you know, even though me have bits and pieces, my brethren when father funeral, me probably need to go see him later also. But me I go there because I probably want to read one article for you. Some of you might see it already. One new Dan Anderson poll where recently came out that was commissioned by the People's National Party. But certainly the poll doesn't look good on Andrew's side coming out of the general election and going forward. More and more people not feeling this economic argument. So I'm going to read Brownman Security. Wagwan, bro. Freedom, wagwan. So I'm going to read that Dan Anderson article. I think it came out yesterday. I read it on the train coming across yesterday. So that I will read for you tonight when I come back and look at other issues. But may I tell you people, with school system and the violence is a national crisis at the moment. And this is not the school for solve it, the police them for solve it. It is the community. This year one year Jamaica are the community and the families problem. What we will need is support from those different government agencies, those of which I said need to form a crisis intervention team. The Ministry of National Security, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, and the Child Protection Services. A crisis intervention team of drafting in people from all these different institutions. The church also, yes, the church also. A crisis intervention team is required and part of the government to deal with this issue in schools. A community intervention team is required by families, and school community encompasses parent. In that community, everybody who have children going to that school, an urgent community intervention task force is required to design measures from short-term, medium-term, long-term as to how we're going to deal with this situation. If you're going on a standard ticket, Norman, it depends on the time of day, depends on the time of week. If you're pre-booking in the app, sometimes you can get a ticket for 20 odd pound in the standard level. Generally, it's from like, especially if you're traveling on a Friday evening, peak time, you're paying up from like 45 to 50 something pound. But I also do an extra 17 pounds 50 top up where I pay for premium services when we don't have it in the hustle and bustle. So each way would sometime cost me roughly 60 pounds going each direction, because I travel premium and because I also travel mainly late in the evening. Then I pay the peak the peak prices. But during the peak time, the ticket would be a bit lower. And also, if you're buying it in the app before you get to the station, you tend to sometimes get a cheaper deal. So the prices fluctuate, and that the prices I'm telling you about, that is just for the fast train. You have like the other slow train, because I use only the Avanti trains. They used to be Virgin before, but a different franchise bought them out. But if you're using like London Northwestern, the fare is much cheaper, but the journey is longer. I don't like to stay on train coming to the West Midlands for more than an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half maximum. But those slow train, you could be on them for 2-3 hours, and that winds me up. So I only use the Advantage train. But roughly, for the standard ticket, could be anywhere from 20 odd to 50 odd pound. Depends on the time of day and the time of week also. We find traveling on Friday evenings quite expensive. Okay, that's good. That's good, Norman. Me not drink no Magnum. Me not drinking. Me want before me come to Birmingham, I say me not drinking more than water down here. Water, so water. Me not drink zilch. Not even funeral tomorrow, me not drink no alcohol. Can't be bothered. All right with me weed. I'm gonna leave me with alcohol. Smell the same thing and go turn over. I look like fool to you, sir. No, me not drink no alcohol. When the sun come, maybe when me come back in a May, me will drink alcohol, but I'm not in the mood. I'm in the mood for no alcohol drinking now. I want to turn up and observe. I want to turn up and observe, my friend. Don't encourage me. I not drink no Magnum this trip. And me want before me come to Birmingham, me not drink. No, I want to be alert. When me I drink, me can't mind people business. Me have to stay sober. Me mind people business. I want to. Me will drink when me come back in a May, but not now. But me there, people, me there. I am here. Me say to convoluted quashi. You say you not respond, but me notice carefully you respond to me. But I want to say you almost create problem for yourself, and I'm going to tell you why. You started by saying you tell the person who create the GoFundMe money because a lot of people were calling you and telling you they're going through a hard time. Did you know that you cited misappropriation, but you quickly divert? Nobody understood. In your 4-minute worth of answer last night, you did not finish one statement. You start them and you deflect onto something new, and you kept up 4 minutes of deflection without dealing with any issue in particular. But you really don't have to provide me an answer. As I said, the investigators will want to see bank statement and all sorts of statement to do with that money. So you really don't have to provide me an answer. Provide that to the investigators. And to those of you who all I know did buy things for that December kitchen, from tent to sink to stove, all of them, I quote the sister on me, all of them round a house back, mash up in a rain and sun. All of them something there. The waste of money, all of them something there on a house back, mash up. So therefore, you don't have to give an account to me for nothing. Just make sure the GoFundMe, that's all me investigate, the GoFundMe for the kitchen. Because the whole of the kitchen thing them will buy in a December, stove and sink, everything we want to see in there use in the kitchen for December. Pack up round a back, stove, sink, pot, chafing pan, all of them something there. For no money, he use them and he just throw them down just because it don't easy come, easy go. You don't have to respond to me. Respond to the investigators, because we are going to want to know where the GoFundMe money is. And we're going to want to know from it turnover. If you say it's still there, it never touch. You can't go use it and put it back in. It's still misappropriation. That is only to be used for the kitchen. So in your convoluted answer, you nearly threw it under the bus. Tell we say, you dare go use it for because people call you and tell you say it hard. This. No, my friend. The investigators, not me. Not me. And that's all I'm going to say on this matter. 4 minutes of complete deflection. But you look so pitiful. I mean, if you are defending yourself and the truth, there's a vibrancy in the truth when you're speaking the truth. There's a poise in your body language when you're speaking the truth. When you're speaking the truth, no one goes into slumber. No one goes into the slumber, Yvonne Green, when you're speaking the truth. But never mind the buzzcocks. Anyway, my people, me I go do some turnaround now, and certainly later on we will come back to come poke stick at our criminal politicians. But if you don't know anyone who want join, tell them Juliet Cockburn get her space on the Dance Hall of Fame. Simple girl. Juliet Wholeness. No, Juliet Cockburn Finn, rather. Step in. We put for a star in the Hall of Fame of dunceness. Good God Almighty, uno woman over the PNP. When Antoine can join, I mean, Paula did we know say Paula Labour. Juliet did it. Cockburn Finn did it. Kamina Johnson Simit did it. You mean say none of uno over PNP don't want come in a Hall of Fame? No man, put in an application. Juliet Cockburn didn't reach. take up him space. We need other women from other walks of life to join the Dunce Society. You can't just leave it to Labour and Labour affiliates. So, oh, have mercy. Jesus, me never cue it. But me I go cue it tonight. Call Floyd Green. Call Parish Council, Black River, St. Elizabeth Parish Council in Black River. One jolt. Remember I said we are going to jolt, you know. But me I go have the pictures and the videos sooner or later. I'm terribly sorry about this. But to not spread the news and tell Floyd Green, the MP for Southwest St. Elizabeth, tell Derek Sangster, the councillor for the Mountainside Division, hell a break loose in a Jamaica Mary Messenger TV because and say from Sunday on pipeline bus in my community of party called Liquor Bridge. Turn down the music, don't give me no copyright, me live. Turn down the music. No, the YouTube will pick it up and you will give me copyright. Me soon done anyway. So tell Floyd Green and Derek Sangster say from Sunday, one pipe bus in our community, down a Liquor Bridge, where shoot water up in the ear to the height of light posts. In the Jolt, Jamaica, where we have one pipeline, Floyd Green and Derek Sangster, bus down a Liquor Bridge in a parity, where water shoot to the height of light posts in a Jolt, Jamaica. Can we have that? National Water Commission, Mayor and Mayor for Black River and Council for the Mountainside Division, Floyd Green, can we have urgent attention? Rona Liquor Bridge, water waste in a Jolt. Water a waste in a Jolt, Floyd Green. Urgent attention, Derek Sangster. National Water Commission, go over parity, Rona Liquor Bridge. The whole on nowhere, one-way street. A one-way in, one-way out. You can't last it. Urgent attention required. Remember, so we had Jolt, you know, and it's Aston Levy, the Levy's family. They're Labour affiliated, strong Labour affiliation. But those people have to buy water and a chuck water to the less fortunate. Those people have always used them money in a politics, Carl Roberts, and them help people no one. Then I can't lie. They leave a family, them labor right affiliated, but over the years, them help people, but also involve minuscule level in a political corruption. But at the moment, the Levies are doing more to help people with the water crisis than the government, the parish council is doing. St. Elizabeth, I'm telling you all the while, can supply the whole of Jamaica water. Just in a few locality, the Black River, we have one of the longest rivers in Jamaica. In our community along the strip where the pipeline bus, we have a river called Cassie River. So we have water power there. So call Black River National Water Commission, call Floyd Green and Derek Sangster and tell them, say, in such a crisis, we need to save water. Anyway, my people, I will definitely be back to speak to you on the people's point of view tonight. Thank you very much for being here with us this evening, and good evening from DRIVETIME London, or DRIVETIME West Midlands this evening. Thank you very much, and good evening from the Global Television Group. Oh, no, I'm doing the wrong thing. I need to end the live before I leave studio. You see how I'm going backwards, cousin?